Ramblin Cast. Shocks howty.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our first episode of the podcast, Ramblin Cast. And ignore any vibrating you might hear. He just has a vibrator up his ass. I don't know why he comes to my house with these sex toys all the time. I said, we're recording a podcast. Next thing you know, he brought a dildo, a vibrator, and a fleshlight. And all of them are strapped to his body right now in different, in their positions. As you can hear. But, we're doing this in January 2024.
Yep.
In fact, it is...
Still the first week of 2024.
Yes, it is. Mess with the mic, sorry. Yes, it is. It is January 7th. Well, in a half an hour, it'd be January 7th. But we decided to sort of do a little retrospective of the past year.
It sucked.
Well, it sucked for him. I think I had a good year. But this isn't going to be very personal. This is just going to be kind of stuff that came out, news that happened. And we probably won't try to get too political. There's nothing really that political on here. It's just weird shit that's happened through the year 2023. And plus, I think it'd be a fun episode to start out with,
Yeah, something simple, easy, to the point.
So let's begin with the month of January 2023. The first thing on here is Red Letter Media Auction raises $80,000 for charity, and they sold VHS tape.
Degraded Nuki.
Yes, Nuki. They gave it to charity. I wish I wrote down what charity, but I think it was Humane Society of Wisconsin and I think a child's hospital. It was two of them, I know that. But that's pretty cool. It's kind of weird. It's only something Red Letter Media could do is sell a VHS tape of a movie no one's heard of for $80,000.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure someone else could do it. But I don't know if they would actually donate the money. Well, on January 18th, there was a announcement by Craig McCracken that there will be a new Powerpuff Girls cartoon and a new Foster's Home of Imaginary Friends cartoon coming out. Reboots. Not much, but first time I ever heard about it. Apparently, there's rumors about it for a while, but I didn't know until that post. And, oh yeah, I forgot the controller talks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ricky is playing Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
You get to see none of what he's doing right now.
I wished it would come out with them. Like, it'd be nice.
What, Powerpuff Girls and Foster's Home?
Yeah.
Well, we do have a little bit of news about Foster's Home, which I'll get to. Ricky just drove a tractor into the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, we'll get to that when we get to that. The only thing I will say is that this has been the year of the reboots, it seems. I guess it's been happening for a while, but it's just every time you're on the news, or every time you listen to something, it's like a new remake or a new reboot or something. It's kind of sad because a lot of these reboots tend to suck. And in fact, they tend to suck a lot. But there's another reboot coming up. I don't think it's on here because there wasn't much to talk about. But anyway, well, actually, the next one's also a reboot. The Aqua Teen Hunger Force was rebooted and actually did come out. I have not seen the first episode, but I found it interesting that Adult Swim would cancel their head show and then 7 years later they'd just bring it back. There's a lot of theories as to why. The best theory I heard was Rick and Morty's kind of fallen flat.
Yeah.
And so Adult Swim had to go back to Aqua Teen. They had to go back on their knees and said, "Meat Wad, please give me some of your hot dog in your mouth." In my mouth. Fuck. I fucked that one up. I fuck everything up.
Yeah, you. How do you still live?
I don't know. I'm surprised I haven't forgot to breathe yet. There was a time I forgot to shit. It was about 3 months. I sat in the toilet, and next thing I knew, I went up to the ceiling.
Hot, 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 hot.
Okay. Next announcement. There was a really cool sort of, I wouldn't say an indie game because it's by Microsoft, but a lot of games these days tend to get overhyped, and not very often does a game just release with no prior information, but this year we had one. And it was a pretty decent game. I actually only played about 10 minutes of it because I have not played many video games this year. But there's a game called Hi-Fi Rush that came out January. It seems neat. I didn't play much of it, but it was a big thing, and it was pretty surprising because, like I said, no one's heard of it. There was no trailers, nothing. Just came out, and it sort of became the game of the month. Really, no, everyone's talking about it.
Yeah, this is the first I've heard of it because I get no news anymore.
Yeah. Speaking of games that got released, Pizza Tower released, which is a game I have nothing really to say. It's a very popular game this year. It's an indie game. It actually is an indie game. It has a very interesting art style. It's kind of ugly, but kind of... Nah, just kind of ugly. But that's sort of the point of it. But, it seemed interesting. But I think the big topic of January was at the end of the month. Now, this is where it might get a little political. This is where it might get a little heated. This might get where it gets a little stupid. Ricky, the end of January, there was the balloon. Do you remember the balloon?
Yeah, the one the rednecks kept trying to shoot down.
Yeah.
Even I thought about it until I learned how high it was.
Yeah. How high?
It was up. It's basically up there with the airplanes.
Oh. How high, too? But, yeah, that was something. There was a lot of conspiracies, a lot of people mad at China. I mean, everyone's always mad at China. It makes sense.
Me, as a normal functioning human being, just wanted to know if it was physically possible for me to shoot it down.
I mean, I'm just saying, I'm sure Brandon Herrera would have had the right weapon to shoot it down if he was there.
No, even he says that with how high it was, nothing would have hit it. Oh. Nothing he had would have hit it.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, I don't know. I guess the big thing was that after the balloon incident, it was revealed that there was actually a lot more other balloons that happened before this one. And everyone just kind of ignored it until this one for some reason. Which, yeah.
Again, I didn't really care. I just wanted to know what would happen if I did shoot it down, mostly. Yeah. I didn't care if I did shoot it down. I just wanted to know what the penalty for starting an international incident was.
Well, the international incident was already there. The last thing I'll bring up, what was it? Oh, yeah. Everyone's freaking out because it might have been a satellite China looking into us. But you gotta remember, people, if China really wanted to look into us, they can just go on Google Earth and see everything.
Mm.
It's very true.
I think it's just a really good troll.
Yeah.
Somebody that has too much money and just wants to have a little fun and... Like, he's a complete asshole.
Yep.
My opinion.
And the last thing for January, the anime Buddy Daddies came out. I don't watch a lot of anime. I watched this one. It was fun.
I have no idea what you're talking about, so...
Yeah, me and Ricky are not anime watchers. When it comes to cartoons, I usually keep to the West.
It sounds like a gay porno,
but
to be honest.
It does sound like a gay porno. And that's actually kind of how I learned about it.
Damn it. You looking up the gay porno again?
No. Just memes. But that brings us into February, where the Pikmin 4 trailer came out. A game that I didn't think was ever going to come out, came out.
Of the closet?
Came out of the closet. Captain Olimar, he said, and he got a giant boner. He's a huge boner too. Like he's such a little guy, but I mean, not even a tripod. He's like a fucking Olympic champion, you know.
Pole vaulter.
Pole vaulter, yeah. He's jumping the wall. But me and Ricky actually did play Pikmin 1, and that footage isn't out because YouTube has kind of been a mess.
Didn't we play it like 2 years ago?
We played it like 2 years ago. YouTube banned this channel, and I decided to stop uploading here. I went to our new channel where I'm still uploading videos from a long time ago.
Well, you're not going to make this its own channel?
I'm not sure where I'm putting this quite yet. I'm still thinking about putting it on my regular channel, or a new channel, or a Mater's channel. Told Mater to get her done.
Honestly, I think it'd make more sense to make it its own channel.
Okay. I do... I don't know when this episode's coming out, but I do want to somehow get this on YouTube and Spotify. Mm-hmm. That's sort of a goal of mine. I don't think getting on Spotify is as hard as it sounds, but I have to figure that one out. But the day after Pikmin 4 trailer came out, the first episode of Drifting Off with Joe Pera came out. Now, I feel like in a future episode we'll talk about music and podcasts we listen to. Mm-hmm. But Joe Pera is a great comedian. Had a funny YouTube show that got a funny Adult Swim show that got canceled. Seems like a genuinely nice guy, and his podcast is interesting. They're only about 20 minutes, and he uploads once a month. And it's just a podcast to help you fall asleep. And he'll have random conversations with people. But the next news is actually probably the most devastating news of 2023. Actually, the second most devastating news. On February 9th, it was announced that Cartoon Network, the original Cartoon Network building, was going to be closed down.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. When this first happened, a lot of people thought the entire animation studio was shutting down, which, I don't want to say it, but there is a possibility that could happen. No, the people at Cartoon Network Studio are moving into the Warner Brothers building, which is across the street. But the Cartoon Network building is very important for animation history. Mm-hmm. I think it was Barbera from Hanna-Barbera was actually there the day it opened, and he did hit it with a champagne glass like a ship. I think at that point Hanna probably passed away. This was probably one of the last things in animation he's ever done, so it is kind of sad that that's how, the building's gone. And it also includes all the drawings on the inside. There was a famous wall on the inside where people would just take a Sharpie marker and draw, their own shows on there. So you can have, like, Danny Antonucci drew Ed, Edd n Eddy. I'm pretty sure Maxwell Adams drew Billy and Mandy on the wall. I know Watanabe drew Cowboy Bebop, Spike Spiegel on the wall. I know Rebel Taxi somehow snuck into the building and drew on that wall. I don't think he was allowed to enter, but he did it anyway.
I'm trying to figure out if you're joking about that one.
I don't know, but he did draw on that wall. But it is kind of sad because two very important locations of animation history are gone. And all from one building. And, spoiler alert, later on, they really did remove, like, everything. They took down all the signs. And I don't know what's going to happen to that building, but it'd be a damn shame if someone painted over everything.
Yeah, someone's got to get it that understands the history.
Or it might just get demolished, who knows. But, mid-February, we had a movie trailer come out. Now, I have not been able to see this movie yet, which is interesting because this year I have been on, like, a movie craze. I've watched, like, a lot of movies over the past year.
Yeah.
In fact, I think this is the first year of my life I watched more movies and played games. Like, I haven't really played a lot of video games this year. But, there was a Tetris movie that came out about the guy who made Tetris. I don't know how true the story is, but the trailer came out and everyone was really surprised because everyone thought that Tetris movie would literally just be a movie about blocks. And so when it actually was about the guy who may or may not invented Tetris, it was something.
I love the may or may not have.
I don't know how accurate the movie is. I know Tetris had a really bizarre copyright history, and I do know it is originally from Russia somehow. And that's all I know. And the movie does talk about communism, because that was a thing at the time. And,
AK, gun is fine.
just the Soviet Union. But it's a movie I do want to check out. I was just really surprised that it really wasn't like a movie about blocks.
I mean, people's attention span, that would probably work.
Yeah.
Make it a scroll through movie.
God. I just think of like the intro to Star Wars where you see the text scrolling. It just the blocks. Maybe like the twist of the movie is that there are new blocks and they have more blocks. Oh, those are the police bikes I was talking about. Anyway, after that, the Venture Brothers movie had an image reveal. So Adult Swim, when they canceled Aqua Teen, they canceled Metalocalypse and Venture Brothers at the same time. At the time, I really wasn't watching Venture Brothers. I just kind of seen a few episodes on TV. And I will say, around the time this image came out, I actually had watched the entire series.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, Venture Brothers is an extremely underrated Adult Swim series. And I was pretty sad when I finished the series, and I loved it, and I already knew the show was over. But this is our first image reveal of the movie. And the movie did come out, and I'll talk about that maybe a little bit later. But after that, we saw Cocaine Bear.
Yes.
Which
Hell yeah.
I forgot Cocaine Bear actually came out this last year. It feels like it came out 2 years ago, honestly.
This year felt like 3 years.
It was kind of long. Cocaine Bear was a fun movie. It knew what it was. I do think it's funny that the bad guy, the actor who played him, actually dies. And his final scene in any movie is him getting disemboweled by a bear and its cubs. It was an alright movie. It's been a while since I've seen it. In fact, I watched it in February with you, Ricky. Is there anything you want to say about Cocaine Bear?
It was weirdly awesome.
Okay. Oh, okay, this was some crazy-ass news I was not aware of until recently. The invasion of Normandy, probably one of the most significant events in history, in war history.
D-Day.
D-Day. February 28th. Last day of February, isn't that? I think. I don't know. But they actually, somebody in the area was selling footage, bought like a film reel and found brand new footage of the Normandy invasion.
Oh, damn.
This was, I think he found it like a year ago, but it was, the film probably wasn't in the best condition, and he really didn't know any way like transfer it or who to give it to. But I do believe all that is now on the internet somewhere, and so we now have even more footage of a event we didn't really have a lot of footage of in the first place. I mean, there was some, but not a lot. And so I thought that was crazy, the idea that somebody could find something so significant, so important.
Yeah, I didn't know about this. That, I want to see it.
This is 80 years ago. And I think that's sort of a great thing for lost media. I'm a huge lost media fan. I like hearing about it. And the idea that, something that important can be found, it makes you hope that someday we can find something else that's important. Maybe less important, but still. I'm just saying, you people who want your fucking weird-ass commercials from the 90s, I think World War II footage might have you beat there just a little bit. But on March 4th, this is actually one of the few things I wrote down that was a bit more personal. Ricky, you got your Harley.
Yep.
And if you liked it, hated it, give us a Harley review.
I like it.
Okay.
It's a little small sometimes, but I'm building it to fit. I mean, it's been hit twice, but hey, what are you gonna do?
Oh my god, when they got hit, I thought you wanted to fucking kill somebody.
Oh, I did.
Oh, well, I'm glad you held it in.
Yeah,
Probably.
learning to ride, learning to love it. Built the bike kind of fit me. It's got a radio now.
Cool. Same day, you did that. Mega Replay announced that it's coming back to our area.
That was a great day.
That was a real good day.
The only good day of 2023.
Probably. You got your Harley. And I remember I checked my Facebook and it popped up the Mega Replay was opening back up. And you were talking in the office, getting your title probably. And I was just sitting there like, man, when he gets out of this office, I got some news for him.
Yeah, you didn't even let me get out of the office and you were telling me.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this is where we kind of have our a big sad thing. Now, I'm not really an enthusiast on this, but Ricky might be bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Gary Rossington, the last original member of Leonard Skinner, passed away on March 6th.
Yeah, that was actually a really sad day.
I'm a huge fan of Leonard Skinner. I actually don't know the original members because there have been so many. But
yeah, to keep up with the original members, you kind of have to be real in depth on it. I actually have to remind myself who the actual original members were.
Yeah. After that, we got another death. I don't know if you're gonna laugh at this one. I don't know. I just wrote it down because it's relevant to our life.
Mm-hmm.
On March 7th, the day after, Tom Love died.
Yeah.
The guy who started Love's gas station or whatever.
Love's. You know what? I don't give a goddamn what it's called anymore. Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them. The same day, Eric Andre's Season 6 got confirmed. I actually have not been paying attention. I actually don't know if that actually got released or not.
Do we have to sacrifice Tom Loves to Eric Andre to get a new season?
Hell yeah, baby.
That was a worthwhile trade.
It was. I say let's kill more people we don't like for more Eric Andre. Alright, here's something I can go into a little bit. So on March 9th, it was confirmed that the Suicide Squad game was going to be delayed until later this year. And I want to tell people that this year was last year, and last year was over, and the game's still not out. The Suicide Squad game, let's just say, that is a hell of a way to kill your series. From everything I've seen, nobody is really excited for Suicide Squad, and it seems like the developers don't even fully know what to do with it. This looks like a train wreck that's going to get released and kind of just swept under the rug, but you can definitely tell that they wasted a lot of money on this. And this is the sequel to the Arkham series. So Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Origins, Arkham Knight.
So good games?
So mostly good games. I'm not the biggest fan of Arkham Knight, but still. The Suicide Squad game, probably not going to be the best. And it's not coming out until, I want to say, April this year. So we still got like 3 more months. And this will be a little bit later, but there was a leak, and a lot of the game got leaked recently. A lot of leaks in 2023. And, yeah, we'll talk about that when we get there. But the final thing of March was not a big month. March 28th, there was a Scatman John movie confirmed to be in production. I'm a huge Scatman John fan. I think he's kind of underrated. I know most people probably don't care, but I'm actually kind of excited about this. Scatman John was really popular in Japan for some reason. And I do have an underrated Scatman John song you should all listen to. The underrated Scatman John song is called Everybody Jam, where he got archive footage of Louis Armstrong in his music. It's very interesting. I like it.
So, sounds like it.
Well, here we go into April. April 1st, April Fool's Day. Adult Swim does its, April Fool's... Adult Swim does this April Fool's trick every year. And this year it was kind of not that interesting. But for about 5 minutes, they let AI run Adult Swim. And all that was they used footage of smiling friends and put it into an AI, and it made of weird images. Adult Swim, do better. Do better, come on, that's stupid. Also, this year has been the year of AI as well. I don't really have a lot to say, I just think it's ugly. I'm not really the biggest fan of its existence.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit weird. And
There is, okay. I have a Facebook, and I have a lot of old people that are friends with me because I have a lot of old family members. And there are Facebook pages that all they do is that they post like fake AI art, and it would be like a little kid who drew who painted a painting, and then it would say something like "No one likes my painting" or something, and it would be like bait. And it's the weirdest looking shit too, and old people just fall for it. Like, and another one, it's like old men carving wood and little kids painting, or like women or old ladies crocheting. Is that what it's called? I'm not.
Knitting, crocheting. Yeah.
It's just a lot of weird AI stuff, and it's like baits.
Interestingly enough, I actually know how to do that.
How to make it? Oh, how to crochet?
Yeah.
I know how to sew patches. That's about it.
Yeah, I know. I actually know how to use a sewing machine.
That's interesting. I've always kind of wanted to learn. Did you learn from your grandma, or how did you learn that?
Nope, just sat out in the garage and got on YouTube and figured it out. I don't have a sewing machine anymore.
Did you replace it with the welder?
No, I broke it.
Oh. Did you break it with the welder?
Yes. Interestingly enough, yes.
Also on April 1st, the Super Mario movie came out.
Oh, we're the Mario Brothers in plumbing's a game.
It was okay. There's a lot you could do with Mario. There's a lot you could do with a Mario movie. And I think it kind of failed. It did a little bit, but not enough to make me satisfied with what I watched. Like, the best way I can explain the Mario movie is that you watched it and it feels like you ate an entire cake by yourself, and then you look down in shame like, damn, I just ate an entire chocolate cake all by myself.
I don't look at myself with, shame when I do that.
You think yourself with glory, like, yeah, I did it. I am the one.
No, I'm indifferent about it.
Oh. Were you indifferent about the Mario movie? Oh, he didn't see it.
I have not seen it. There's a lot of movies I have not seen.
Yeah, me neither. But, some interesting news. On April 12th, Maxwell Adams, the creator of Billy and Mandy, talked about how he actually wants to do a reboot of Billy and Mandy. And I made a joke about how, yeah, he probably doesn't have a job and he needs some money. I like Maxwell Adams. He seems like a nice guy. I don't think a Billy and Mandy reboot is going to happen, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It probably does deserve it, maybe? I think it would be a better reboot than, Ed, Ed, and Eddie, if they ever did that.
Yeah, Ed, and Eddie, there's not really much you can do.
Yeah, but I can see maybe a Billy and Mandy reboot, maybe.
I would like to actually see an adult version of Ed, and Eddie, where they're adults.
Do you think it should be a kid's cartoon or Adult Swim cartoon?
I don't think it would really fit on Adult Swim, but, wherever they put it.
Okay. Well, speaking of Adult Swim, Venture Brothers, the movie, has a sneak peek. It's the first time I've actually seen footage of it. And the footage wasn't really much. All I know is that in the movie, the character Hank runs away. And that was all to the sneak peek. On April 27th, Jerry Springer passed away.
RIP.
Jerry Springer, a weird guy. I kind of forgot he existed, I'll be honest with you, but during his heyday, he was a crazy motherfucker. And he had crazier motherfuckers on his TV show. And a few days after that, Willie Nelson turned 90 years old.
Yep.
Still alive. Don't ask me how. Him and Ozzy, I don't know. I don't think he was as bad as Ozzy, but I know he was bad into it for a while.
I mean, the fact that Ozzy made it out of the 70s or 80s is amazing.
It is. Ozzy, oh man. I don't know if this was this year, but he has a show on travel channel where he watches ghost videos. And that's the whole show, and for some reason old people like my mom love it.
I mean, at this point, what do you do with Ozzy?
I don't know, man.
You just put him on the stage and have him tell stories.
They should have done an episode of Tales of the Tour Bus about Ozzy. That'd be like a 5-parter.
That would be a 15-parter.
That'd be a whole season.
Because do you know about the time his guitar player died?
No. Is this Black Sabbath?
No, this is Randy Rhoads after Black Sabbath.
Okay.
There's this bus driver, and the AC went out. So they took it back to terminal.
Uh-huh.
And the bus driver was he was also a pilot.
I heard about this, I think.
He was doing cocaine, but taking band members one by one, because the plane only held 2 passengers.
Uh-huh.
Out 2 by 2. And the last flight with Randy Rhoads and their assistant, actually the guy went and was kind of buzzing the plane, and they don't know exactly what happened, but the plane wing actually hit the bus while Ozzy was sleeping on it and crashed into the owner of the bus company's house.
That's not the story I thought. There was some other story about a band on a bus, and the bus tipped over and crashed one of the members. I thought that's what it was.
That was Metallica.
Metallica, okay. That's crazy. I never heard about that one.
Yeah, Ozzy was asleep on the bus, and it hit the bus that he was sleeping in.
You know, this might be a hot take, and I have nothing against him, but I just never been really the biggest Ozzy fan myself.
I was more into Black Sabbath than...
Yeah, I can kind of agree with that. When it comes to Ozzy's own music, it's kind of eh. But I like Black Sabbath a little bit more.
My favorite Ozzy album is his last one, Ordinary Man. I remember that coming out and listening to it within the first 30 seconds of it being out.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't listened to it. What year did that come out? Like,
we're 2019, 2020.
Oh, fun time. But now we're getting into the month of May. Now, this first one sounds interesting, but kind of not really. The voice actor Greg Eagles confirmed on Twitter that he was in a recording booth doing the voice of Grimm from Billy and Mandy.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone thought, oh, is this it? Because a month earlier, Maxwell Adams said he wanted to do a reboot. And so everyone was like, what is this about? And it came out that Grimm was going to make an appearance on the show Jellystone. And that was it. And everyone got excited for nothing. Now, Jellystone is a show about the Hanna-Barbera characters, like Yogi Bear and all of them. And I thought it was interesting because, as we all know, Billy and Mandy loved using their Hanna-Barbera characters against the creator's wishes. And so I thought it was funny that a Hanna-Barbera show would use Billy and Mandy characters.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Yeah. But when Hanna-Barbera characters appeared on Billy and Mandy, let me tell you, the people at Hanna-Barbera were very upset because
Wasn't Billy and Mandy technically a Hanna-Barbera show?
Nope, that would have been Cartoon Network at that point.
Oh, Hanna-Barbera was bought by Cartoon Network?
They're both owned by Warner Brothers.
Okay.
And that's where the problem is that technically Cartoon Network does not own Hanna-Barbera. So every time Maxwell Adams used it on Billy and Mandy, there was some sort of weird money contract dispute, and he was not aware of this until after the show finished, and someone came up to him and yelled at him, and he was like, oh shit, no one told me. So every time you saw Scooby-Doo or Yogi Bear or Fred Flintstone on Billy and Mandy, let it be known that cost Warner Brothers like a lot of money for stupid reasons.
Hey.
Which is really funny.
You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
You gotta do what you gotta do. On May 12th, the new Legend of Zelda came out, and I did not play it. Not because I'm not a fan, I just didn't play a lot this year. It looked interesting, I guess. On May 23rd, The Clone High reboot came out. Once again, another show that got rebooted. Clone High was very mixed. The original series is very beloved. The reboot was very mixed. I actually kind of liked the reboot, which might be against popular opinion, but I kind of liked it. It wasn't great. It was just okay. But to me, the original always be supreme. Ricky has not seen it. He has no idea what I'm talking about.
Nope. No clue.
On May 30th, probably the best movie of the year maybe. Spider-Verse came out. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not really a big Spider-Man fan. And I'm also not really a big superhero movie fan. I kind of gave that up. Actually, I don't know if I ever really had it. But the thing about the Spider-Verse movies is that they're animated, and they're like animated to the extreme. Like, they are the craziest bits of animation you could ever see. And I will say, I loved Across the Spider-Verse. The only problem was the ending. It ends with a part 2, so if you watch it, you only get half the movie, and who knows when part 2 will ever come out.
It's not like the other movies where they make both parts at the same time.
Yeah. Of course, Spider-Verse animation would probably be very expensive to do both at the same time.
Yeah.
The Spider-Verse 2 or 3, part 2, whatever it's called, it's not in the best place at the moment because of a certain strike that happened. It's not even fully in production yet. And it was supposed to come out like in 2 or 3 months originally, but I think it's going to be postponed. But that's all for May. So let's get into June. I'm kind of interested to hear what Ricky has to say about this. I'd love to see if he goes into a little tangent. Volkswagen revealed their new bus, which would be an electric vehicle.
It unfortunately makes sense.
It does, just because the original bus was a very hippie van.
Which is weird because the hippie peace and love for a company that was basically created by Adolf Hitler, but I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah.
But the bus basically was the electric vehicle of the time. It was supposed to be big and fuel efficient with a small motor. So this unfortunately goes with what it is and kind of makes sense.
Okay. I thought you'd go into a big rant. I know you hate EVs. Me too.
I hate EVs, but this one squeaks past just because it goes with its own history.
Yeah.
It's not like the Mustang Mach-E.
It's not like the Mustang. It's not like the... whatever the fuck Dodge is doing now.
Not enough cocaine anymore.
Yeah. We should just mix a little bit of gasoline with a little bit of cocaine and put that in the engines and see what the hell happens.
I mean...
What?
I don't know. It's the awkward silence.
Oh. After that, okay. Checkered Past was revealed. It was a new block in between Cartoon Network and Adult Swim, dedicated to playing old shows from the 2000s.
I haven't had cable in so long. I actually don't know what this is, but it sounds awesome.
I think you came over when the first one aired. It aired Ed and Eddie, Dexter's Lab, Billy and Mandy, Courage, and Johnny Bravo. I believe those are the shows. But it's basically in between a Cartoon Network and Adult Swim. Which, I don't know. Cartoon Network doesn't really have a lot going on at the moment, unfortunately. In fact, the only show they have in production at the moment is Teen Titans Go. And there's 2 other shows. One of them is a Craig of the Creek spinoff that's not out yet. Gumball, which is still in production. And there's a weird show. It's made in Africa. It's a African Cartoon Network production, which I didn't know existed. It's called Garbage Boy and Trash Can, or something like that. Trash Boy and Garbage Can. I don't know what that's about yet. But that's been finished for a while, just never released. And those are the only 4 Cartoon Network shows, so Checkered Past kind of makes sense because even though I don't have cable, I mean, I technically do have cable because old people live at my house, and God forbid we have to use streaming services.
I personally, I hate streaming services.
Me too, but I also hate cable. I think I hate cable more.
Honestly, I don't want to have to choose what I want to watch. I just want to flip aimlessly through the channels.
I kind of wish that streaming services did have a shuffle button. One of my biggest pet peeves is that when I go on Hulu and I watch King of the Hill, they expect me to pick a fucking episode.
My thing is, Roku has free TV and there's an Ice Road Truckers channel, so
Is that always...
I'm set.
I think I showed you that channel.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Like, I that is my jam.
But, yeah, Checker Pass is cool. Unfortunately, TV's dying, which kind of sucks, but not, not something we should not have expected.
Yeah, a lot of things are dying.
Yeah, me too.
At least radio seems to be doing okay.
Speaking of dying, on June 10th, the Unabomber died. Okay.
That was cool. You'll never get any explanation, so there you go.
Yeah, I'll forget by the time I edit this. But the Unabomber died. I sort of know who the Unabomber was, but he's apparently the internet's favorite terrorist.
The most unsuccessful terrorist of all time.
Well, I mean, technically he did blow a few people up.
Yeah. Kind of sucked at it, though. You gotta admit that one.
Well, speaking of blowing people up, on June 12th, the Grimace Shake came out.
I still don't know what people are referring to. How did I miss it?
It was a milkshake at McDonald's that was purple. It tasted like blueberries, and it kind of sucked, honestly. But it just grabbed the internet because people thought it was funny to pretend you died after drinking it. And so there were just videos of people who just take a sip, and the next frame was them on the ground dead with the shake spilled all over the floor. It wasn't for me, I'll say that. I did live somehow, miraculously. I probably should be dead, though.
Yeah, your diet, you should be dead.
Gendy Tartakovsky image had it. Gendy Tartakovsky had a movie called Fixed that had its first image revealed. It said it should be released in September. September's passed and the movie's still not out. It appears to be a cartoon about a dog who's going to get neutered and trying to run away from the vet.
Okay.
This is by the guy who made Dexter's Lab and Samurai Jack and Hotel Transylvania.
Okay, I mean, that kind of makes sense, but you just kind of went full retard.
Oh. It's about a dog running from the vet, trying to stop himself from getting neutered. It's called Fixed. It's still not out yet, though. And here is where the Foster's Home of Imaginary Friend news comes in. And this is where I kind of lost interest. All I'll say is the title, and I want your reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Foster's Imaginary Nursery.
Huh?
It's going to be a nursery show about Foster.
But it doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
Because in the sense of a nursery, it means they would have had to been babies, but they are just imagined in. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna work. There's another show like it. You ever heard of? Oh God, Total Dramarama. It's Total Drama Island, but instead of being on a like game show, them being contestants, it's like them as babies in preschool. It's really obnoxious and not that funny. And I mean, I know TDI died a long time ago, but come on, man. Also, the stoner from 16 is in it for some reason.
Okay. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. Unless you, like, imagine a 45-year-old baby named Otis.
Oh my god, Ricky, you don't need to bring him up.
I mean, that's the only way they could be a baby is if you imagine it a baby and then it would always be a baby.
Okay. Well, on the day after that, The Flash came out and basically killed the DC movie universe. Thank you, Flash.
It killed it.
It killed it. It killed it.
It killed it. I think it's been dead for a while.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something you're not gonna believe. The people at Warner Brothers are fucking stupid, and they thought that The Flash was their last chance. They thought that they released that movie.
Who likes the Flash?
I don't know, but that movie, man. I've only seen clips and images of it, and that movie, man, seems very interesting, but not good at all.
Like, he runs fast. So does the fat man to the buffet, but we ain't celebrating him or making a movie about him.
So does the constipated man to the toilet, praying to God.
If he's constipated, that means nothing's gonna happen. He's running for no reason.
Yeah, he's constipated. He's like, damn, I'm running to the toilet because I finally got the shit. And then he'll get there and get inevitably disappointed when only a little pee drop comes out. And he's like, what the fuck? I'm constipated in both ends? Alright, whatever. My joke didn't land.
Is that possible?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. But I do know someone who died from a urinary blockage.
Isn't that how Elvis died?
Maybe. But the Flash movie killed the DC universe. You know what that means? It's time to reboot. They're starting over. They're making the DC movie universe again.
But, okay, so this thing we did and it sucked and failed immensely, we're gonna do it again.
I guess. And a lot of people think Warner Brothers is going to die. And at this point, I shouldn't say I hope, because I actually like Cartoon Network and DC and all that stuff, but at this point I kind of hope, unfortunately.
Maybe Disney will buy it.
Oh, man. Why not? Why doesn't Disney just own everything?
Disney buys Cartoon Network. That would be horrible.
Oh, but there are rumors. This didn't happen this year. This happened this year, if you get what I'm saying. But there are rumors that Paramount, who owns Nickelodeon, might buy Warner Brothers. And so Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network might coexist together. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that either. A lot of people might lose their job, though.
Yeah.
And that might actually kill Cartoon Network, because Paramount would be like, well, we already own Nick.
Can we just crowdfund to buy Cartoon Network?
We should. But after that, so there's a big event that happened here, but I'm just going to put a little thing in between. I saw a movie called Fear the Invisible Man, and it is the worst movie I've seen this year. It's the story of the Invisible Man by H.G. Wells, but poorly acted. Nothing happens. There's bad CGI. It's kind of just shitty. Just watch the original from 1933. It's still the best. The one from 2020 was not great, but I still think the original is the best from 33.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Alright, I really don't want to talk about this, but fuck it. It happened this year. The Titan sub.
You just know I'm gonna be way too happy about this one.
Yeah, if you just want to go, because I don't think I have much to say anymore.
Okay, so essentially, we all know what happened. I'm gonna explain it again. I know it's kind of fucking. It's just for kind of the fucking. It's just a bureaucracy. I have to say this.
Bureaucracy.
So basically, 4 complete fucking retards, led by the head retard, went into the ocean and what is basically it's not a submarine, because it passed no safety checks. It was basically it was comparison of a like 70s Pinto, but you're trying to drive it in 90s. That's basically what they were going in. So basically, the beer can shaped fucking Ford Pinto was dropped in the ocean. And they started going down, and it imploded like everybody said it would. Because, well, everybody said it would, so it did. Because the guy's a fucking idiot. And the worst part, as I'm getting more developments with it, because I'm still actively following this situation, because I have nothing better to do with my life.
Okay.
They knew it imploded right off the rip. The whole search and rescue thing was not necessary.
Yeah,
like,
I figured.
Like, they lost contact and the Navy heard a big boom in the ocean. So, yeah, it's pretty obvious what's happened. They died instantly because they're fucking stupid. I mean, I've done some dumb shit, but that is dumb shit at a level not even I can fathom.
I should also mention that Titan is no longer a company.
Yeah, I remember hearing about them trying to do this. Because I've followed it for a really long time. Interestingly enough, and even like 2 years ago, I'm gonna say this is gonna end bad. Whoop-de-doo, I was fucking right.
I'll be honest with you. This is kind of the one I was late on. I didn't really hear about the Titan sub until they determined that it imploded. I completely missed over this. I don't know how.
Yeah, I heard it. I was like, I don't know. I'm the most uninformed, but because I watch a lot of videos and everything about the Titanic, because it interests me and boats, and I'm autistic, legitimately diagnosed. But I am not a trained autistic. I am a boat autistic. There's a difference.
Oh, okay. My grandpa's a trained autistic.
So yeah, I knew instantaneously as soon as it happened.
Yeah, I was interested for a while, but I think at some point you hear something for so long, you kind of get sick of it, and I think that happened to me.
Yeah, my thing is I've actually followed this whole program for a really long time, like years.
I also think that once it happened, that's kind of the end of the story. You know what I mean? Like, yep, that's the end.
Because there was a time when I was like junior high, maybe like a little younger than that, when they first started the project. I always thought that was cool, and then I had got to understand things and realized that's not fucking gonna work.
Yeah. I don't really have much else to say, and I think you did your whole thing. Anything else?
Did I do that pretty well, or do I still need practice for this format?
No, I think you did that pretty well.
Okay. Cool. I'm happy of that.
After that, we got 2 trailers. One of them was for a game called Super Mario Wonder, which looked neat, but I actually have not played it yet. I do own it because I got it for Christmas. And then Metalocalypse, which is a show I have not followed at all, had a movie trailer released.
I mean...
And Aqua Teen, Metalocalypse, and Venture Brothers all got a movie after their cancellation. And Aqua Teen came back, so... who knows?
Again, Metalocalypse is something I've heard a lot about, especially the people that I have worked with in the past.
It's a very beloved show.
I know more about it than I really want to, because I'm not a big Adult Swim fan.
Oh.
I mean, I'll watch it, and there's some things I like, but sometimes it's just, I could turn on something else.
Ricky's getting distracted watching the sound waves go up and down.
Yeah, that caught my attention. You need to like turn this away from me, because that's gonna happen a lot.
I don't care. So we got after that day, because that happened on the same day, we got rumors that Charles Martinet isn't playing Mario anymore. Now these are just rumors, but now we live in the future and we know it's not true. And this is kind of sad, but I think we'll get into that a little bit later. On March 27th, do you remember this? It was very smoky because of some Canadian fires.
The Canadians are trying to burn themselves down, and I don't fucking blame them.
True.
Fucking snow commies.
Look outside. It's becoming us.
Hey, they can be the snow commies that like do weird shit to moose.
Meese.
Mises. Gooses.
Yeah, it was just really smoky outside for a few days. Very red, very gray.
Actually, my grandma and sister were in Ohio during the whole thing.
Did it happen there?
Yeah, it was worse there because they're right across the lake from Canada.
Oh, very cool.
They were... Well, I'm not going to give exact locations, but they were close enough to the lake they couldn't see the lake.
Ohio.
Like, they were touching the lake and still could not see the goddamn lake.
Oh, they were docking? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And on the first episode, Anthony gets punched out.
But... Oh, sorry.
Are you doing it too?
No, I had to check to make sure it was actually recording properly. It says left only, but it's in mono. I should have probably put this... Oh. I'll fix it in editing, hopefully.
Yeah.
Or else you're only hearing us out of your left ear. Hello.
You're not good at this yet.
I'll figure it out.
I mean, this is episode 1, but that's something I would have checked.
On mono? I don't want mono. That's the kissing disease. The only thing I've been kissing is ass.
So you got pink eye.
Pucker up, pucker. Okay. Well, on June 30th, our last thing for June, Tourette's guy uploads. He hasn't uploaded in years, and he just uploaded once out of nowhere.
Happens from time to time.
I'm happy. I'm glad he's doing okay. In the month of July, a lot of weird shit happened. Mary Replay reopened officially.
Yay.
Panty and Stocking, an anime I used to watch as a kid, is getting rebooted. Well, sorta. It's getting a season 2.
Yeah, they were right when they said "fuck you" is forever.
Fuck you, it's forever. Alright, July 10th. I don't exactly remember this event, but I guess it's our time to talk about it. EDP445 tries to come back again and said he was sorry.
Yeah, nobody cares.
EDP can go eat that pizza in the prison, if you get what I'm saying.
He needs to... The whole story, because again, weirdly, this is shit I follow because I think it's funny.
I followed EDP for a while, and well, I'll let you go first, but I do want to say my side because I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah, the whole cupcake incident.
Yeah, the cupcake incident.
He just needs to fucking stop. Actually, all the YouTube pedophiles just need to fucking stop.
Yeah.
Breathing.
Okay. Well, so how
We need to be their 13th reason.
Okay. But for EDP, so there's a classic video I sent to you a billion times. It's the fucking masturbation video.
Do you consider masturbation to be a sport?
I love that video. It's such a shame that happened.
How would you judge that? What would the school? I mean, can we just straight up steal that? Have that for our own now?
What?
Like we stole a bit from a pedophile. He doesn't deserve it anymore. I think we should take it.
Okay.
So,
But
do you in fact think masturbation is a sport? Okay, go ahead.
I think it can be. Once again, points would be interesting. I think you'd have to like test like blood flow through the penis somehow. Well, okay. Oh no! Anthony had a bad thought.
What?
Is this the one sport where we should let the trans women play with the regular women?
I mean, that'd be unfair because they would win every time.
Oh no. Cheerleaders, get it up. This is the worst sporting event I ever went to.
There's actually a country where they're doing a similar thing, but it's like professional sex.
Oh.
Yes. This is a real thing.
Well, let's get back
Where
to
was the original? What did we start? How did we get here?
EDP.
Oh.
Well, I was going to say that I knew that video and I kind of stopped paying attention to him, but a few months before the cupcake incident, I was with Tennessee Boy. We were working at Hardee's at the time. Getting hard at the Hardee's.
Mm-hmm.
And we just sort of got into an EDP thing. we just kept watching his new videos because the video he uploaded right when he started getting into him was a story about how he almost threw hands with a 13-year-old, which is not a video title that aged very well.
No.
But after that...
Throwing hands like this?
Yeah, maybe. For people who don't know, Ricky did a hand gesture.
They don't care.
Okay. But after that was the first sort of sex scandal. Believe it or not, before the whole cupcake incident, there was one incident. And it was literally the worst video I think I've ever seen, where he was trying to be like, oh, I did it, it was an accident, it's because I was crazy, man. And everyone in the comments were like super supportive. And
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? He literally just said he was trying to get with the 12-year-old or something. And his whole excuse was, I'm crazy. And everyone's like, you're forgiven. And then the cupcake incident happens, and everyone changes sides because it's more popular.
God damn it. There is no change side. You're either on his side or against him, and you should be against him if you want to be clarified as a person anymore.
Yeah. But it was just so weird, because I remember that came out, and me and Tennessee were like, yeah, he fucking did this, yet no one seems to care. And then 2 months or 3 months later was the cupcake incident. So we really saw EDP at the end, and he was doing this shit before the cupcake incident, so don't think it was just that.
No, no.
But the day after EDP tried to come back, the Godzilla -1 teaser came out, and it was neat. I liked Godzilla -1. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Oh, I do have something that's kind of a little bit sadder, but more funny. I'll interject at about the timeline. I don't know the exact release date, but...
That's fine. On July 12th, TF2 had their summer update, and they added a seal to the game. The seal is on a map, and you just give the seal a fish. And let me tell you, the summer update where they added a seal, and that's like the main thing they added, it got the biggest player count in TF2 history. And I just want to say right now, I love TF2. I think it's a great game. I just wish it got more attention sometime.
Yeah.
By its own developers. They kind of given up on it. And I really do think if they push out like a decent update, that they can have like a lot of people. Especially right now. Fortnite is still popular, but I think a lot of people don't want to live in the world of Fortnite. And Overwatch is officially dead. I feel like if TF2 really tried, I don't think they'd be on the same tier as Fortnite, but I think they can actually get like underneath it. I really do think TF2 could make a comeback if they fucking tried.
Yeah.
So, on July 15th, James Cameron went on Twitter and said he is not making an Ocean Gate Titan movie. Everyone made a joke about how he's going to make Titanic 2.
He's going to do it. He's contractually obligated to do it now. But he is someone that actually goes to Titanic a lot.
He did. I don't think he does it anymore. I think he's kind of told to stop. It was also fucking old. But this is something that fucking happened. July 18th, there was something called SpongeBob Behind Closed Doors that got revealed. Have you heard anything about this? It got leaked.
No.
So this is not a new series. This is something... As someone who's a fan of animation, I think this is really funny. Because it shows that people don't understand that animators are actually people. Basically, SpongeBob Behind Closed Doors is a little book that the people who made SpongeBob originally drew. And basically, animators fucking hate their job. And whenever they have to draw a character multiple times, they really get pissed off at that one certain character. Mm-hmm. And they'll usually take out their rage by drawing images of them being brutally murdered or in very strange sex positions. This happens on every single cartoon production. I am 100% serious right now.
Okay. Yeah, basically the fuck my job of the animation world.
Basically. There's a good story about the guy who made Chowder, and he also made Harvey Beaks. Mm-hmm. He talked about how the people who made Harvey Beaks are getting so pissed off at Nickelodeon, because apparently Nick is not the fun to work with all the time, that they started drawing images of the kids getting killed and the parents having sex. And apparently they had a supervisor walk in who was like a higher up at Paramount, and he had to like the guy who made the show had to like hide the drawings and went around the office, started tearing them off the walls. But the reason I bring this up is SpongeBob Behind Closed Doors is a little book that the creators of SpongeBob made, where it's basically just SpongeBob either dying or Mr. Krabs wearing a strap on, and everybody got like really upset for some reason.
But that seems like a way of like dealing with a very healthy way of dealing with your job.
Yeah, kind of. At least you're getting some practice in, you know, if I can get these character designs down.
Yeah, I mean, it seems healthy. I don't see a problem with it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you kind of keep it to yourself.
There's one more I'll bring up. This one has to do with the Rugrats.
Oh, fuck.
So the Rugrats, famously, everybody who worked on the Rugrats hated it. Everybody hated Angelica, specifically. And so there was a short about, no, it wasn't a short, it was a little comic, and the joke was that you would add one terrible frame to the comic to continue the story, and it would get passed around the room. And one of them got leaked, and it was the parents were fighting, and they hit Angelica on accident and gave her permanent brain damage. While Tommy was in the kitchen, he found, like, drain cleaner and started drinking it. And that was the comic. And apparently someone at Nickelodeon saw this and just stole it, took a picture of it, and threw it away. But this happens all the time.
Yeah, it seems like a very healthy way of dealing with the fact that your job kind of sucks.
Animators are crazy people. Anyway, let's stop talking about SpongeBob and strap-ons. Because after that, we have the release of Barbenheimer, July 21st, which is a big day. Barbie came out, Oppenheimer came out, the Venture Brothers movie came out, and Pikmin 4 came out all on the same day.
I still want to see Oppenheimer.
I did not see it because our theater did not play it, but I did see Barbie because our theater did play it. I liked Barbie.
Oh, yeah, you asked me if I wanted to go, and for more reasons I could not.
I will say Barbie was fun, but yeah. But Venture Brothers movie, I loved it. As a fan of the Venture Brothers, it was fantastic. Highly recommend Venture Brothers and the Venture Brothers movie. And I hope that they make another season. It was a good movie. And Pikmin 4, I don't know anything about yet. I haven't touched it or played it or nothing. At some point, I do want to try Pikmin 4, but I just didn't get there this year. On July... Oh, shit. Oh, well, this is a little out of order. On July 20th. July is a big month. There was a new anime revealed called Lazarus. I don't know anything about it, other than it's by the creator of Cowboy Bebop, which is the best anime of all time. I don't care what anyone says. On July 23rd, Twitter changes its name to X. More evidence that Elon Musk doesn't understand brands, companies, or social media. It is kind of fun seeing Twitter burn down slowly but surely.
I don't really... I don't have an opinion on this. I don't really care.
On July 30th, Paul Rubin, the guy who played Pee Wee Herman, died. Great cartoon voice actor. He played Batmite in Batman Brave and the Bold. He also voiced one of the characters on Out of Jimmy's Head. He played one of the kids on Nightmare Before Christmas. He was just a classic cartoon voice actor who passed.
He also jacked off in a foreign theater.
He did do that. I forgot about that, actually. So
one of the least important sex scandals of any actor. No one got harmed. No one got traumatized. No one got hurt.
He went to jail and lost his show from it. It's terrible.
I mean, you gotta admit, compared to nowadays, that's pretty fucking mild.
That is pretty mild. There was also the sex scandal where Eddie Murphy picked up a prostitute, and that was it.
I mean, she's willing.
I guess. I mean, who wouldn't want to fuck Eddie Murphy? And then I hope the morning after he can make some waffles. And we're in August, so finally. That was the end of July. August 3rd, a game called Baldur's Gate 3 came out, and apparently it was the biggest thing in the world. I don't know much about it. Seems kind of interesting, but not really my cup of tea, I think. And this is where we get into the big sad news of the year, I think. I think you're ready. I think you know what this is. August 8th, Johnny Hardwick, the voice of Dale Gribble, passed away.
Yeah. That's definitely...
Johnny Hardwick didn't do a lot. In fact, the only two things I'm aware he did was he cameoed in a weird, like, straight-to-TV movie about conspiracy theories, and he did the voice of Dale.
Which, fitting.
He also wrote a couple episodes of King of the Hill. I will say this Johnny Hardwick passing was pretty difficult for me. I love Dale, I love King of the Hill, and it was just very sad.
Yeah. Didn't he do the Dale voice up till he died?
He did. That was mostly his natural speaking voice.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much. Johnny Hardwick did record a few episodes of the King of the Hill reboot, which I'm really sad to say this is really the only news we have about the King of the Hill reboot is that Johnny Hardwick did a few voices on it. So we don't officially know anything else about that show.
Yeah.
On August 10th, Overwatch 2 officially came out. So let me tell you, Overwatch fucking shot itself in the foot. I know you probably don't know what it is, but
Nope.
it's basically a game that tried to be Team Fortress 2, and it actually did succeed for a while. But the one thing you should never do is piss off your own players. And so when Overwatch 2 came out, before it, they shut down the original Overwatch. You cannot play it anymore. Which, that's like a terrible thing to do. You can even play the original Team Fortress, you know, but not the original Overwatch. Overwatch 2 came out and it kind of pissed everyone off because it was basically the same game as Overwatch 1, but you're just starting out from the beginning again.
Oh. Well, shit.
From what I'm aware, Overwatch 2 flopped so hard they had to release on Steam because Overwatch is not a Steam or Valve-owned brand or nothing, and it even flopped on Steam. It's the most negative reviewed game of 2023. So they kind of just shot themselves. On August 21st, it was official that Charles Martinet would retire from playing the voice of Mario. He, to me, will forever be Mario. And Luigi, and Wario, and Waluigi. He did all 4 voices.
I mean, they didn't necessarily talk very much, so he...
It is true, but he did do some great noises.
Why didn't he, like, do his voice in the movie? Like, The Last Hurrah?
Nintendo or Illumination. Basically, from what I gathered, and let me tell you, the entire internet loves Charles Martinet. He's like one of the few people no one on the internet hates. And so everyone was pretty upset that he didn't get the voice Mario in the movie. Everyone was upset that he was retiring. And I should mention that this retirement is most likely from Nintendo themselves. He probably had nothing to do with it. Because he has stated in the past that he wants to do the voice of Mario until he's dead. He's still alive and not doing Mario now. But it's kind of sad. But hey, he's still alive, so I guess there's one good thing. Who knows? Maybe he'll come back to do more voices at some point. Maybe he'll be the voice of Princess Peach. Alright, the next one, I don't know what we should say about it. August 24th, Trump mugshot. Is there anything you want to say about that?
I did everything right and they indicted me.
I still don't know what the whole thing's about necessarily. I don't know. So that, yeah.
Okay.
It's a pretty funny mugshot.
It is a funny mugshot. Actually, I noticed my Trumpy bear kind of looks like the mugshot. Like he has that face where it's kind of like leaned down. Oh, I forgot to write Mitch McConnell's strokes. I forgot that one. Damn it.
Legend should say he's still rebooting.
He's still rebooting. So, on August 26th, we have 2 people who died. First one was Bob Barker, who died at the age of 99.
God damn.
It's very sad these celebrities aren't making it to 100. First Betty White and now Bob. Hopefully Jamie Carter can make it to 100, hopefully.
And Willie Nelson.
And Willie Nelson. He's only 90, so he has 10 more years. Well, 9 more years, I think. But the other one is Arlene Sorkin, who played the original Harley Quinn. I don't like Harley Quinn, but I will say the original Harley Quinn is the Harley Quinn to me.
Mm-hmm.
She is fantastic. She voiced her in Arkham Asylum, and she retired because she was old. And may she rest in peace, I guess.
You goddamn.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I hate Harley Quinn. I'm sorry, but she was great. That was a joke. I don't know how to respond to death. All right, I'll just say it right now. Speaking of death, the new Pepsi logo came out on August 28th. I kind of wish they just brought back the 2000s logo.
I wish they brought the 80s logo back.
Okay.
70s, 80s.
Same day as that, Checkered Past finally came out. So that was the day you came over and watched Dexter and Ed and Eddie and all that one time.
Mm-hmm.
On the day after, Godzilla, an official Godzilla merch website starts in the U.S. So you can actually buy official Godzilla merch in the U.S. finally. And the final day of August brings some bittersweet news, maybe? Volition, the game studio that brought you Saints Row, has shut down. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Jeez. This is actually a local company. They are from Champaign, Illinois.
Yeah.
I will say that the first 3 Saints Rows are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The 4th one kind of sucked. And the reboot was a terrible idea. And from what I heard, Volition made the reboot the way it was because they are owned by another company called Deep Silver. And Deep Silver kind of just told them what to do. So it's not even Volition's fault the game existed. But it's very sad.
Here's where I'll cut in, because it's the either
September?
August, September,
Okay.
October range. And this is going to get funny. I don't know what your opinion is on this, but the former big YouTuber, well, still big YouTuber because he's fat as fuck.
Oh, I got this written down in October, but go ahead. You can go ahead. It's fine.
No. You
Is this about Boogie?
Yeah. Boogie's fucking documentary.
I actually have not seen it.
I have watched through it. I hate the fact that I have watched through it. It is the most disturbing fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Do you want to talk about it now or when we get to it?
Let's just go so I can gather my thoughts.
Go as in keep going, or?
Yeah, we'll get to it so we can keep the timeline straight.
Okay, September. September is short. On September 14th, F-Zero 99 released, which is the first F-Zero game to be released in 20 years.
Yeah, that's the only important thing that happened that day.
Yeah. September 15th. This is the only album I have written down because I don't care about modern music.
Mm-hmm.
But on September 15th, the Wheeler Walker Jr.'s Ram was released.
Yes.
I loved it.
Me too. I still haven't really listened to the whole album.
I have listened to the whole album.
Is it great?
It is amazing. I loved it. I guess I don't have the best memory of some of the songs. Actually, I do have some saved, so let me just pull this up real quick.
Fuck This Job was great.
Fuck This Job is fantastic. Skanks for Nothing is a fun one. But the underrated song of the album is called Puddin'. I like puddin', Ricky. I like putting my dick in things I shouldn't. That's what the song is about.
Born to Fuck was kind of my favorite.
Which one?
Born to Fuck.
Born to Fuck, okay. But this was a rock album by Wheeler Walker Jr., who usually does country.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. I like country, I like rock. Rock and country are kind of dead, unfortunately, and I think Wheeler Walker Jr. had the only album that released this year that I listened to, unfortunately.
Country and rock are not dead, they're just looked for in the wrong places.
Probably. I just don't know where it is. On September 19th, Mortal Kombat 1 was released. They rebooted the entire Mortal Kombat franchise. I don't really care much about Mortal Kombat. I will say the fatalities are fucking disgusting. I'm disappointed with the DLC. The back when I played Mortal Kombat, they used to add like horror monsters, like Jason and Freddy and stuff, and Predator maybe. No, Leatherface. There's someone else I don't remember. But now they're adding superheroes like Omni-Man and Peacemaker and the boy. I don't remember his name.
Why don't they just add real serial killers?
Exactly. Why can't we get Jeffrey Dahmer, John Wayne Gacy? Fuck it, let's get the Unabomber in there.
I really think John Wayne Gacy would beat the shit out of Jeffrey Dahmer.
I think there is actually a movie called Jeffrey versus Gacy. Should we watch it?
I want to see them fight each other in hell.
Okay. There was an episode... wait. Was it Dahmer on the episode of South Park?
I don't think it was.
Okay. I don't remember. Was it? No, it wasn't Charles Manson. Charles Manson was in a different episode of South Park.
Again, there's only two things I know about Milwaukee, and that's Jeffrey Dahmer and Harley Davidson.
Oh, it's also the drunkest state. This is your third thing.
God, I need to move there.
Alright, we're in October already. Spider-Man 2... Oh, wait, shit. One last thing about Mortal Kombat 1. Fucking quit trying to release games on the Switch that don't fucking belong on the Switch. Alright, the Switch is extremely underpowered. Mortal Kombat 1 on the Switch looks fucking terrible. Arkham Knight on the Switch looks fucking awful. Listen, I know Switch can make you a buck, but fucking stop, alright? It's not worth it. It just makes a shitty product and makes your consumers hate you more. And that's the end of that. I like the Switch, but if your game's not meant for it, don't fucking put it on the goddamn Switch. October 20th. There's not a lot that happened in October. Or at least not a lot I written down. Spider-Man 2 came out. It seemed neat. I only seen a little bit of it. I never played Spider-Man 1, actually. It got snubbed at the Game Awards, which is really funny. And we'll talk about the Game Awards a little bit later, kinda. But yeah. Also, Super Mario Wonder came out the same day. Which I have not played, but also looks neat. The Five Nights at Freddy's movie came out 25th. I thought it was alright. It kind of reminds me of the Mario movie.
Mm-hmm.
See, video games movies used to suck. Now we're getting to the point where they're okay. So eventually we're going to get to where they're good. Eventually. But we're in the okay. On October 27th, Alan Wake 2 came out. Which, I liked Alan Wake 1, but I never finished it. So maybe I should buy the game again and finish it and then get the sequel if I like it. Alright, October 31st. The Dark Sad Life of Boogie 2988 released. And I've never really been the biggest Boogie fan. I don't know a lot about him. So I'm just going to let you hand it off to you.
I used to watch him every so often because there were some funny things he did. There were some cool things he did. But he's been a complete and utter train wreck the whole time that I've watched him and past that point. He's just kind of a not good person. And he thought this would straighten that out, but it made it fucking worse. If you've seen it, you'll know what I mean. He does not look good. He looks like a dumbass because he is. He looks like he's just trying to get pity because he is.
Didn't he drop acid in it or no?
No, he did shrooms, and that was the only, like, semi-entertaining part of the movie.
That's the only thing I heard about, other than I heard that the camera or director guy had to stop because he got depressed hanging out with Boogie for so long.
Yeah, the mushrooms. This whole thing was so fucking pointless. It shows Boogie in such a bad light. It's getting no sympathy from it. Like, he is in his 50s.
Mm-hmm.
He has a...
I should mention, I haven't seen it, but I have heard about it from other podcasts, so I know a little bit about it.
He has a 20-year-old girlfriend.
I'm well aware.
And I'm gonna point this out now. He is in the bathtub for a uncomfortable amount of time in this documentary,
Wonderful.
and she is also in the bathtub.
Well, nice.
But she is the only one that actually is naked in the bathtub.
Oh.
It is not a pleasurable thing. It is bad.
You wish you didn't see it?
Yeah, I don't know why I watched this. I just got really bored one night and went, what the hell? How bad could it be? Oh my god.
I really probably should have watched it. I'm not too... I sort of know Boogie. I remember he was there. He just never was a YouTuber that popped out to me. And maybe I'm lucky for that.
Yeah, you are.
I have noticed I have a tendency to watch YouTubers who don't tend to do bad things. EDP is the one time I kind of knew he's doing bad shit by the time I started watching him. But yeah, none of the major YouTubers I watch have done anything wrong, as far as I know. Well, other than who is it? Vanoss' friend?
Mini Lad.
Mini Lad. I sort of knew Mini Lad, but that's about it.
Yeah. It paints him in a very bad light, and it really shows who he actually is. He's hanging on to a lot of things just for pity. A lot of stuff is over dramatized.
I remember he went to an interview and he talked about how he used to be into porn.
Yeah, I still haven't been able to... No one's been able to substantiate that, from as far as I know.
I heard it from a podcast. He used to just... I don't remember. Something about... He would just share porn. He wasn't even like he was making anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard anything that substantiates that.
Oh, yeah. What I heard was that he run, like, a page... It's some social media, I don't remember. And it was... like porn recommendations, and that's what he would do. Like porn news. Should we make the porn news podcast?
No.
No? Okay.
Oh, he's also dropped $200,000 on prostitutes.
Well, who hasn't?
He would take a prostitute to dinner and vacations and
Yeah, I heard about this.
But my thing is, as a prostitute, just pay, do your thing, and get out of the way.
Didn't they have one of the prostitutes, and she said that Boogie was such a terrible experience that she quit prostitution? And
yeah,
it's a hell of a thing.
Beyond scared straight type shit.
Oh my god, could you imagine Boogie's... Oh, I bet you don't have to imagine it, never mind.
And she's like, it took me a second to find his dick. Well, no fucking shit. He hasn't seen the thing in 45 goddamn years.
Oh.
He doesn't even know where it is. Like, it's... I don't mean to go into
you can.
But it's just... Stop making yourself look worse.
Fair. Yeah. I don't know much about Boogie, but man... He has definitely fallen. He seemed like a nice guy at one point.
Something highly recommended, because it's fucking hilarious.
Okay.
He was in a boxing match with another fellow really fat YouTuber.
Okay.
He's called Wings of Redemption.
Wings of Redemption.
He was on the another podcast with a guy named Kyle, which is SBF Russia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was kicked off.
Wonderful.
But this fat fuck actually comes out to the ring rapping, and he does a good job.
Hell yeah.
And he beats the ever-loving shit out of Boogie. Oh, highly, highly recommended.
Yeah,
to watch.
Maybe I'll check that out. Maybe I'm not really big into like YouTube boxing, but that one sounds fun.
No, this one is absolutely fucking amazing. It's fucking hilarious.
Okay.
Because Boogie didn't land a single punch.
Did he jiggle?
Both of them jiggled and unnatural. He didn't land a single punch. He did not do it good at all. They ended up just ending the fight. And you could tell because the guy refereeing and running this thing was absolutely not down for what he was doing. He was fucking pissed the whole goddamn time.
Wait, the referee was pissed the whole time?
Yeah, yes, he's
Wonderful.
like, this is fucking stupid. Why are we doing this?
Bro, just get your paycheck and shut up and drink your prime.
But I hate this. But I hate to say it, but the other one actually he actually like prepared for this. So he just like beat the ever loving shit out of Boogie, and it was amazing.
Cool. I have to check that one out.
Even though the guy that is in the ring is actually probably equally as shitty as Boogie,
Well,
if not a little more,
hey, you know what they say.
but not quite as pathetic as Boogie.
Oh, wonderful.
And that's just highly recommended. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's fucking great.
His name was Wings of Glory?
Wings of Redemption.
Wings of Redemption, okay. Do you think that's the end of Boogie, or is there anything else you want to say?
Fucking stop.
Well, speaking of fighting, November 4th, there was a fight in the Senate. It got stopped by Bernie Sanders. Thanks, Grandpa. That's like getting yelled at by your dad. That's sad. That's sad.
That's still legal to, like, for us senators to fight in the Senate chambers. That is perfectly allowed.
Good.
I mean, the other thing that happens not allowed, but we'll get in that later on in the video, I feel.
Oh, shit. I don't even know if I wrote that one down. Yeah, I'll bring that up. I don't remember when that was.
Yeah.
Wait, did I write it down? I don't think I did. Oh. Well, whatever. On November 15th, Agent Elvis was officially canceled. No more season 2.
They're not getting a season 2.
No.
Sad part is that
It was decent.
It was decent. It was ended on a cliffhanger, and I honestly, I wouldn't want to eat any other way.
On November 16th, the only important thing that happened on this day, Snoop Dogg announced that he has quit smoking. What is life at this point?
The sad part is he was high when he put that message out.
Okay.
Like, he didn't stop smoking at all.
Oh,
He just wanted to start an uproar, which I am down.
I didn't know that. Now I'm happy. November 17th, Super Mario RPG got released, which is interesting because it shows Nintendo and Square can be friends. This is the funny one. November 22nd, a bad driver causes the U.S.-Canada border to go on lockdown and terrorist alert. Did you hear about this one?
No.
Oh, God, I gotta show you the footage. It's not great footage, but basically some fucking idiot in a car going way too fast hits a bump. Motherfucker GTA ramps this shit into the goddamn, like, border building of the U.S.-Canada and literally has put on lockdown and terrorist watched and everything. It is crazy. And it turns out, yeah, he was just a shitty driver who fucking was going 90 miles an hour for some fucking reason.
I mean, we've all done it.
November 24th, it's the 10-year anniversary when Brian Griffin died.
And no one cares.
Okay. November 26th, the Aqua Teen Hunger Force reboot came out. I didn't see it, but it seems cool. November 29th, Henry Kissinger died. Finally.
Who the fuck's that?
He was a very angry person. He was a warmonger. He worked for Richard Nixon. You know how I say people don't live to 99? Motherfucker was like 111 when he died.
Jesus.
He was very old. In fact, he was so old that he worked with the Obama. He worked with Trump. But he was so old that even Joe Biden's like, man, you're too old for me. That's Joe Biden saying that, so holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we are into December. December 1st, the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer, or teaser.
Which was great.
I
liked it.
I am so excited for GTA 6.
Yeah, me too.
I just wish it would come out this year, but, you know.
Yeah, you can't rush perfection.
It'll come out in 2025. And I have a theory. I have a theory it will actually be released in November 2025. I think it's not going to be an early release either.
I honestly think it's going to be 26.
Okay.
But,
We'll see.
you know, shit happens.
Also on the 1st, Godzilla Minus One came out. I'm just gonna say it. Godzilla Minus One is officially my second favorite Godzilla movie after the original. I highly recommend it. I thought Shin Godzilla was okay. I thought it was good, but not great. Godzilla Minus One is great. There are a few problems with it. I don't like the ending. I don't want to spoil anything, but the ending's a bit of a cop-out in my opinion. But besides that, it's an amazing fucking movie. And I guess there's a couple dumb things where it's like there's something that happens and you don't get to see it until later. Like they try to reveal something like it's a twist, but it's kind of obvious. But besides that, great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Highly recommend Godzilla Minus One.
Again, I haven't seen all the Godzillas like you have.
I have not seen all of them. I've only seen most of them. I have all of them though. I gotta finish them all. The last thing on the 1st was the Arkham trilogy released on the Switch. Fucking knock it off. Stop that shit. Arkham Knight looks like a goddamn slideshow on the fucking Switch.
Which was the one at like the first video we did? I started uncontrollably laughing for who knows goddamn why.
Is that Arkham Asylum, the first one we played?
I believe so.
Yeah. On December 2nd... Oh, I should mention, December is a fucking huge month. On December 2nd, Peter Griffin was added to Fortnite. Holy crap, I'm in Fortnite, Lois. I don't play Fortnite, but it seems interesting. There was also rumors. There's rumors that another previous Fox show might come to Fortnite. And I ain't talking about The Simpsons. I ain't talking about The Cleveland Show. I ain't talking about American Dad. I ain't talking about Bob's Burgers. I ain't talking about, what's the one with the orange hair kid?
Oh.
Oh, we watched it when it came out, and we said it was okay. Whatever. It's King of the Hill.
Why?
There are rumors that King of the Hill is on a list on Fortnite to possibly have a crossover. On December 3rd, Godzilla vs. Kong trailer came out. And I kind of wish that they would have just stopped the MonsterVerse after Godzilla vs. Kong, the first one. Doesn't look great. On December 4th, that's when the GTA 6 trailer came out. It was the teaser, just the image on the 1st.
Mm-hmm.
GTA 6, of course, got leaked a few hours early, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, I just... It looks good.
It does look good. I'm very excited for GTA 6.
Mm-hmm.
TF2 Smithmas update came out. I didn't play a lot of it, but I did play a little bit. They added a boss fight where you fight Krampus. And it's really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Also on that day, the Game Awards happened. I didn't watch them because I don't really care about the Game Awards this year, really. But games won, games lost, and the ultimate loser was Spider-Man 2, who didn't win a single fucking thing. Oh, at the Game Awards, though, the only thing that was interesting was the game company, Sega, remembered that they are a fucking game company. Sega, who hasn't released a game in a few years, and the only games they ever release are Sonic games.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually releasing... I should have wrote down what they're releasing. But they have a new Jet Set Radio and possibly a Crazy Taxi game coming out. So I'm kind of excited about that. And a few days after the Game Awards, this is actual sad news to me. E3 announced it was forever going away. E3 was the gaming expo that revealed everything for years. And once COVID hit, they shut down. They never reopened, and this year they just said that they're not ever reopening. It's actually really sad because I will say, growing up, some of the biggest gaming news of my life happened at E3, and I watched it live. And just one last thing. I remember watching the fucking Smash trailers when they released the new character, and I was like, holy shit, that's crazy. I actually did think about editing a video of the biggest reveals of E3 throughout the years, but I didn't. But I do have two videos. They're both Smash related. Check out the Smash Brothers Melee reveal, where they revealed Super Smash Brothers Melee at E3 2001. Shit is hype. Shit was so fucking hype. And Miyamoto looks like a young man, which is weird, because he was like 50 at that point. And Smash for Wii U, the Wii Fit trailer is so fucking funny. And once again, Miyamoto's in it. Let me tell you this one. This video, Miyamoto's standing next to a TV screen, and he says, "You should pay attention to screen now." I shouldn't say that, but I did. And then everyone's looking at the screen thinking, what the fuck is this? And then, like, Wii Fit Trainer just shows up, and everyone thinks it's a new Wii Fit game, and everyone's laughing like, oh, it's fucking garbage. Then all of a sudden, you see Link, Kirby, and Mario doing yoga poses. Everyone's like, what the fuck is this shit? And then you just see Wii Fit Trainer come out of nowhere and, like, kick their ass. And all of a sudden, it just... There she is in Smash Brothers, and everyone's like, what the fuck? It's one of my favorite reveals of all time. Because everyone's laughing at it, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, this might be important. But yeah, E3's over. It makes me sad. Oh well. There was a leak. Another leak. That the Insomniac had, who are the guys who made Spider-Man 1 and 2 the game. There was a leak showing off the new Wolverine game they're working on. And the one that I found interesting was that there was a possible Spider-Verse video game in the works. That would be pretty exciting. That's about it, though. It's just a leak. And we don't know if it will be anything or not. On December 14th, Twitch... I hate Twitch. Worst website on the internet. Listen to me. I hate Twitch. I think live streaming is neat. Twitch is a fucking awful site. But on this date, they changed their rule policy so you can have artistic nudity on your streams.
Oh, god damn it.
So all those fat fucks... Okay, so fat fucks, now you can see their fucking... Like, you can't see their dick technically, but you can see anything else except their dick. And then, like, these Twitch streamers with the big tatas, you know, you can see most of their tata now. But I hate Twitch, and I think this is a stupid fucking move.
Yeah.
And I fucking hate Twitch. I really hate Twitch. I've always hated Twitch. There was a few years where I tried to use Twitch, and it was just so fucking garbage, I gave up. And, yeah. Fuck Twitch. December 15th, the Batman suit is now in Arkham Knight. It's pretty cool. Oh, God. I forgot how to pronounce his name. On March 16th... On December 16th, it was revealed that the Bazinga girlfriend will not be the new host of Jeopardy anymore. The girl who played Sheldon's girlfriend was the host of Jeopardy. And they determined that she shouldn't host Jeopardy for some reason. And she will be replaced with Ken Jennings. Yeah. December 18th, there was a Suicide Squad leak. Another leak. Where they basically leaked the whole entire game. And let me just tell you, everyone in the Arkham community instantly got pissed off. Not at the leak itself, but because the game looks like ass. And they officially killed Batman in the game. But once again, it's not out yet, so I'm waiting to hate it, but I'm waiting to hate it. So, yeah. Same day, we got the first look at the movie called Nosferatu, which is a remake of the original Nosferatu. And I gotta say, this one little look, it looks fucking awesome. It has Willem Dafoe. Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Oh. December 20th, Godzilla Minus One will be re-released, but in black and white. December 22nd, the creator of The Annoying Orange came out as trans and as a woman now. You know what? I'm going to say something. As a kid, I fucking loved The Annoying Orange. I'm just going to say it. They still make Annoying Orange videos after all these years. Can you believe that?
God damn.
But I don't know her name. Her name was Dane. I'm going to call her Dane because I didn't check the new name. But I was actually a huge fan, and another thing I will reveal. Not only was I a fan of the Annoying Orange, I also loved their gaming channel. Dane had a brother, and they started a channel called the Super Bow Bros. And as a kid, I ate that shit up. And
We were all stupid as children.
and what's interesting is that they don't upload on that channel anymore. But if you do comment, they do reply, and a lot of comments are like, "Damn, I used to watch this shit when I was 10 years old," and the comment would be like, well, thanks for remembering we exist." But still, it's neat. Good to them. This is the last thing from December 27th. Oh, well, there's one other thing I forgot to write down, but we'll get to that.
Mm-hmm.
December 27th, Skibbity Toilet aired live on Nickelodeon. Do you know what Skibbity Toilet is, Ricky?
No.
Do you want to know what Skibbity Toilet is, Ricky?
I feel like you're going to tell me no matter what.
Gmod animator put Gmod characters' heads in toilets, and it got billions of views on YouTube. And there's a thing called Nick News who decided to do a whole topic on Skibbity Toilet.
Good God.
And so officially on Nickelodeon, you could have watched Skibbity Toilet. And well, last thing I have written on here, it's January 1st. Mickey Mouse and his first short, Steamboat Willie, are officially public domain, meaning you could use the original Mickey Mouse in whatever you want, and Disney can't stop you. Well, they probably can in some weird way.
You know, they're going to get that shit extended. This is where it's going to go from 100 years
It's
to
95 years at the moment.
Yeah, you know, Nickelodeon's... I mean, not Nickelodeon. Disney is what kept pushing that along.
Well, some other studios, too. But I don't know. It seems like, from what I was told, in the 2000s, they actually wanted to have a forever copyright. But at the time, in the 2000s, the Senate wasn't having it, and so it was rejected. And I gotta say, I support rejecting that. In fact... I don't think this would be a hot take, but maybe. I think copyright should be a good 75 years.
Yeah.
I think it's a good in-between. 75 years is enough for a company to do whatever it wants with it, and after that, whatever. And then, yeah. But in the next coming years, we're going to get some interesting things in the public domain if no one tries to stop it. Yeah, Superman coming up. We got the Universal Monsters. We got Batman, Wonder Woman. Got some crazy. DC is older than Marvel, so you got some crazy stuff coming. But Mickey Mouse is sort of the big first one. And with that ends the whole list of everything that happened in 2023. The only thing I forgot, which Ricky brought up, was the whole having sex in the Senate.
Yeah.
That was some shit, man.
Yeah.
I saw the fucking video. Did I tell you that?
Why?
I saw the video. It popped up. It's only 6 seconds long. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I didn't even know it was the Senate at first. I thought it was just some weird gay sex that popped up. And I was like, why did this pop up? And then someone told me, hey, this is the Senate. I was like, oh shit, it is. Yep. And apparently one of the people got fired. So who got fired, the top or the bottom? I think it was the bottom.
I know they kicked somebody out of the... I don't know if it's House of Representatives or Senate.
They did kick someone out of the House, but that was for a different reason.
Yeah, different reason altogether. But
he was also gay.
Supposedly.
Supposedly, yeah. We don't know who George Santos really is. He might be Elvis in disguise.
Yeah.
He might be. I don't fucking know. But with that, I do think we're probably about time to end this. I think we went on for even longer than I thought we were.
Yeah.
But next podcast, I don't really have a full topic quite yet. And I just want to say I don't really have a schedule for this quite yet. We'll kind of upload these throughout time. Mm-hmm. I'll try to keep on like the same day. I'm thinking uploading these Sunday or Monday.
Friday night.
Maybe.
I mean, that really wouldn't work.
But yeah, I'm not sure. This probably won't be weekly because our schedules are weird, but we'll figure it out.
From the way I see it, we should miss like one a month
Okay.
if everything goes right.
If everything goes right. I'm still not sure when this will come out. This might come out next week. But yeah.
Do a kind of week behind thing.
Yeah.
That way we could possibly do it on a Friday night.
But I did want to ask one question for next episode. Is there anything you're excited for 2024? You can say anything out right now, but I thought you can get a week to think about it. Wait, oh yeah, we're in 2024. Okay.
Yeah. There's a few things. I don't know if you want to go personal or just in general.
In personal in general, it's fine.
I have a few things
Okay.
a few topics I'll bring up after.
Nothing right now though.
Yeah, a few things I'll bring up after recording and all that, but
Okay.
see where you kind of want to go with this.
All right. Then, well, my last thing is I want to have sort of the ending segment be questions, but since this is episode 1, there are no questions.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're just going to have to end this right about now, unless you have any questions, Ricky.
No, everything for after recording.
Okay. Well, thank you all for listening. If you listened this far, I'm going to send this to a bunch of my friends and demand that they listen to them, and then demand they ask a question for next episode. Next episode, I know eventually we got to do the King of the Hill episode, but I don't know when that would be. I think next episode would probably be the music episode. But I'm rambling. This is the Ramblin Cast. Oh yeah, we're called the Ramblin Cast. I forgot to say the name. Shit. Oh no.
We already fucked this up, but at least we have time to fix this.
Yeah. Ramblin Cast. I don't have an intro. Okay?
We'll figure it out.
I don't even have an outro. I don't even know when I want to hit that button to stop the podcast. I don't know.